Hello, sixth grade. Um, I'm going to, we're going over lesson 10, Steve Jobs, paragraphs 20 to 23, and we're going to get the gist of what each one of those paragraphs signify. Now, after I read this, it would be smart for you to go ahead and do the lesson. Okay? I'm going to read the paragraphs out loud, and you need to be following along as I do so. Okay, paragraph 20. It was the closest I've been to facing death, and I hope it's the closest I get for a few more decades. For a few more decades. Having lived through it, I can now say this to you with a bit more certainty than when death was as a useful but purely intellectual concept. Paragraph 21. No one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, death is the destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It is life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and be cleared away. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it is quite true. Paragraph 22. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Our last paragraph, paragraph 23. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called The Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not far from here in Menlo Park. And he brought it to life with his poetic touch. This was in the late 1960s, before personal computers and desktop publishing. So it was all made with typewriters, scissors, and Polaroid cameras. It was sort of like Google in paperback form. 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic and overflowing with neat tools and great notions. Okay, let's explain the first paragraph in the above reading that you guys have on your form, and that would be paragraph 20. So, what is Steve Jobs trying to say? He's saying that he is glad that he didn't die, even though he used to think about it. So that's basically what our first paragraph is about. That he knows that death is inevitable, that everybody is going to die, but he's glad that it didn't happen. He had things that he still wanted to do. Okay, we're going to explain the second paragraph in the above reading, and that would be paragraph 21. And in this paragraph, he's basically saying that death is going to happen. Death causes life. So he used the term that in with the old, in with the new, and out with the old. That eventually we get older and our time is up. So then to make room for new people like you. Okay, our third paragraph, paragraph 22, he is basically saying follow your gut. And that's what it means, because he used the word intuition, is to follow your gut. We always have this feeling inside of us that tells us what we should be doing, and we don't always listen to it. So he says to follow your gut and do what you want to do in life, which is very important, because if you have to do something, you might as well do something you enjoy. And our fourth paragraph, paragraph 23, he means that there are useful resources before computers. I mean, probably not your mom or dad, but more than likely your grandparents and their parents before them, they didn't have use of computers. So there's things like what we're reading now are books, even though you guys are reading it on computer, but everything is not on the computer. Everything does not, all the lessons we learn are not going to be on the computer. So that's basically what those four paragraphs mean. So what you need to do is complete today's assignment, and then you need to go on and read, I believe I told you last time, chapter 9. You should be on chapter 11 now. So you should be pretty much trying to read a chapter a day. Okay, after you're done with all of that, unless you have any other work to do, you need to probably go outside and get some fresh air. Stretch your legs, enjoy the day. Okay, I will talk to you next lesson. Bye.